Hello, hello, hello. I am I'm live. Do I sound okay? I know I'm late, y'all, but we're here nonetheless. No one's on right now, but hello, hello. The viewers are starting to come in one by one. Are we ready for the finals, y'all? Hello. Hey everyone. Hey. Yes, hello Christian's crew. Master The Master Gamarelvin says, ready for Sabalenka in two. Quick, y'all, drop y'all's predictions. Who do you think will win? And in how many sets do you think they'll win? Right now, the players are just warming up right now. But again, if you watched my video, you know that I picked Coco to win in three sets. But I wouldn't be surprised by any outcome as far as sets go. A few people saying Coco in three. A lot of people saying Coco in three. The Master says Sabalenka 6-2, 6-4. Okay. Coco in three, Coco in three. A lot of Coco in threes. I feel like a lot of the chat are Coco puffs. A lot of the chat are supporting Coco. If Coco can get that first serve in, she can take it in two. I don't know. That's the exciting thing. Like you never really know what to expect with this rivalry. Like anything can really happen. So I'm excited. I hope we get a good match. I feel like we haven't really gotten a bad match from these two as far as it being straightforward. I think their latest match at the WTA Finals was a bit anticlimactic because it was 6-2 in the second set, but the first set was pretty entertaining. I feel like we're guaranteed to get like a 7-5 or a 7-6, like a tie break. I can see Coco in three, but I can also see Sabalenka in two. I feel like if Sabalenka is going to win this match, it needs to be in straight sets. I would be impressed. I'm not going to say it's impossible, of course, for Sabalenka to win in three sets, but just with how Coco is so battle tested in the three sets, I would favor her if it were to go the distance. So I think the first set is important for Sabalenka for sure, for her to get that one. A lot of it, I'm excited to see like a lot of different things as far as Coco's serve. Will it hold up well enough against Sabalenka, who will attack it, will at least try to attack it relentlessly? Then also the nerves. Of course, Coco, she said that she wants this title pretty badly. So yeah. Hey Christian, are you ever going to do an updated video on how you bridged from playing college tennis to being a journalist? You have a degree in broadcast journalism in the broadcast journalism space, right? Yes, I do. I double majored in journalism and business, and sorry, I'm distracted. I feel like I have ADHD, but yeah, I think that would be a good video idea, kind of talking about my journey because it's a very interesting journey. But yes, I do have my degree in journalism. Do you know where we can watch it live? Trying to find it. So the legal way is Tennis Channel if you live in the United States, Malcolm. But I'm sure there's a stream somewhere like on a not legal site. So I think it shouldn't be too hard to find, but you just gotta look. They disrespected my girl Coco's hat. Coco disrespected her hat. She even said herself she didn't like the hat. But I mean, it's working out for her. It's working out for her well. She said it's going to be one and done most likely. But I think if she's having this much success with the hat, then she should keep it on for the clay swing. Mark Pecci said it's a sellout as far as the crowd. The crowd is packed. And the crowd does look packed. I don't really, you kind of rarely see Hard Rock Stadium be like packed, low key, because there's just, I don't know. But it's good to see them, in the stands and stuff, the fans. That one interview. Oh, I saw that. The one reporter The one reporter said that. Well, the match started. Let me switch to the score. Add to stage. Oops. Remove. Add to stage. Okay. Great start from Sabalenka. I think that was a drop shot. I was too busy trying to switch, but I'd love for you to do a tennis 101 series explaining stuff, rankings, the tour schedule. That's a good idea as well. Um, that's a good idea. I want to do more stuff like that as far as like making, because I know obviously I know a lot about tennis, but talking more on the basic entry level, because a lot of people I feel that want to get invested don't know as much. I'm noticing already Coco's pushing Sabalenka's pushing Coco pretty deep behind the baseline. This is a good start from her. Backhand down the line winner, 30 love, or love 30 for Sabalenka. Coco might go down in straight sets today. Sab on her center. Starberry says, I really see JPEG getting her big one this year. Is that a hot take? Honestly, I don't think it's a hot take because I did my pre-year predictions and I had her actually win the US Open. She's been playing so well. Her issue is just Rybakina at this point. Like, she just keeps running up against Rybakina. Aside from her facing Rybakina, she's fine. Second serve from Gauff. I thought that double fault was coming. Double fault was coming. Not the best start from Coco already. Love 40 in Sabalenka's favor. One thing about Coco, like she does a good job at, or this week she's done a good job at fighting off break points, but yeah, she's not finding enough first serves right now. Ooh. I was saying ooh because of the toss was so far behind her head, but she made it work. Yeah, even though Coco won that point, I'm seeing early on Sabalenka's doing a good job of winning the court positioning battle because she's really pushing Coco deep behind that baseline. Did Coco really say she was Muhova's dominatrix? She did in a way. Because she was trying to think of another word other than daddy, because that's what the guys kind of use on the men's tour. And a quick break for Sabalenka. I think Coco only made like one or two first serves in that game, so obviously not the best start for her. But one thing about Coco, she's one of the best returners on tour. Her return has been great, so she's got to make sure she continues that great returning. This return game is going to be important for her. Let me look at some other. Excited to listen to your commentary rather than the folks on Tennis Channel. Yeah, right now on Tennis Channel, it's Mark Pecci and Martina Navratilova. How do y'all feel about them, by the way? I'm wondering. One thing about Sabalenka, though, her serve has been really, really good. It was excellent against Rybakina. So if she serves like that here, then especially already with this break advantage, I don't know. I see we have a few people not too fond of Navratilova. Although one person said I not like Navratilova. She's a bit like hit or miss for me. Sometimes, oh, that's a good return from Coco. Forehand winner down the line. Sometimes she can be good, but other times she's like, I don't know. In chess, if you beat someone 10 times in a row, you've adopted them. Yeah, I like that. Adopted. Yeah. It's kind of similar to daddy and stuff because, like, you're their father or you're their mother. So I don't think JPEG wins a Grand Slam. I think she will be the female Sasha Zverev. That's interesting. Ooh. Sloppy forehand from Sabalenka and already love 30. Thank you, LBB62, for becoming a channel member. I really appreciate that. A lot of exclusive channel member content coming soon because I will be going to Charleston. I'm leaving tomorrow actually for the Charleston Open, the 500 tournament. I was approved media credentials for that tournament, so really looking forward to covering that for the first time. So hopefully some good interviews, a few interviews will be probably members only, but a good number of them will be also available for everyone as well. So excited for that tournament. Her comments are a little bit weird. I'll say that. Good serve from Sabalenka. See right there, Sabalenka found two high quality first serves. Now she's back at 30 all. Aryna, Belarus. All right. Another good first. Yeah, another quality first serve from. Although it wasn't too big of a first serve, honestly, just 100 miles per hour. It's not like she placed it all that well, but I feel like still, if you're Coco, you can't miss serves like that or returns like that. I mean, dang, y'all are just people do not really mess with Martina Navratilova. She's the tennis J.K. Rowling into mess and a shame because her career was incredible. Decent point. But she'll always have a check. What do you think of Jonathan Overend's commentary? Honestly, I don't watch Sky Sports because it's not available, so I can't really say too much. Maybe I have heard his commentary before, I just can't put the voice to a face. Hmm. Yeah, not the best start for Coco. I think that was a good opportunity for her to at least get the break back and get the momentum back in her favor. But yeah, by the tennis J.K. Rowling is Margaret Court. Margaret Court is something else. I don't know. She's in another lane of her own. She's really is something else, man. Oh, I didn't mean to put it like that. Yeah, that's a much better look. I like that much better. Yeah, I also like Mary J. I'm glad they didn't let her go at ESPN because they ESPN has put a lot of people on the chopping block. A lot. The crowd already getting behind Coco because they know it's important for her to get her groove back. That's a good serve. That's a good backhand redirection from Gauff up the line. Yeah, I can tell the crowd is pretty much behind Coco, to be expected. Although Sabalenka has a lot of fans too. A lot of Brazilians have kind of adopted Sabalenka as her own. These analysts say the same thing every match. I know. I think the last time when Yannick played Francis, Brett Haber mentioned the 75 hard. Like they say the same things. I guess you kind of have to, especially if fans don't watch every single match and they want to know more information. A good forehand from Coco. How do you feel about tennis sports betting? I don't know how it even works, and it seems like it affects the players negatively. Honestly, I still don't know what they mean with the minus 1,000 plus 200. I don't really know what it means. I hope I would never bet on sports. I don't think I ever will, just because I don't want to do that. But I really want to make a video on it. I don't like sports betting and the impact it has on the players because I know it does have an impact and like it's taken over so many tennis spaces, like Tennis Channel sponsored by BetMGM, and really, I mean, it's where the money's at. I don't think I would ever take a sports betting sponsorship deal because I know the impacts it might have on the players, but it's definitely a topic that needs to be addressed. Do you think Venus will play with Leylah Fernandez again after that tiebreaker? Knowing Venus, she probably would. You know, Venus, she was. I wonder how she felt. Honestly, that's a good hold from Coco. That's a good love 40 or 40 love hold is what she needed. But what was I talking about? Man, my memory. I don't even know what I said. Anyways, Chanda Rubin is also Chanda is goaded. She's amazing at what she does with the commentary. Coco don't have a chance, y'all. Mentally, Sab has been so sound. With her mental in check and her game on point, I think it's tough for Coco to win this. Never say never. Never say never. Not Layla is on fraud watch. That was, oh my gosh, that was. If y'all had to watch that, like, go back and watch it on. I guess it's a free plug for Tennis Channel. Go back and watch that doubles match between Venus Williams, Layla Fernandez, and they played Ann Rotliff and Asia Muhammad because they were up 9-4 in the 10-point match tiebreak, and they choked. Mainly it was Layla because those misses were crazy, crazy, crazy choke. My goodness. Responsible sports betting by adults is fine. What is not fine is the youth betting as well as these degenerate gamblers harassing and sending threats to athletes. That's the thing. I mean, like, there has to be some type of way, I feel, to combat that, like to protect the players in some way. But I just don't know. I just feel like it's so out of hand. I don't know. Someone said, no, Layla got her baddies chain revoked for the time being. She'll have to earn it back. I mean, I would arguably say it was already revoked after she got it. She got her little bit of a baddies chain in DC when she won that title, but she hasn't really done too much since. Did y'all stop watching the men's after Carlos went out? I personally have been watching the men's. I didn't get a chance actually to watch Sinner against Zverev because I needed a break and I needed to actually live life outside of tennis. So I'll probably watch the replay of that. Ooh, that was a good play from Sabalenka to move forward, but I don't know what she was doing on that volley. It wasn't great. But focusing on the men's, I did watch Feast Lehechka. That was really one-sided. Lehechka has been playing well, though, so maybe it was to be expected that he were to win that match. But for him to win it like that, 2-2, that was really surprising. Coco's body language looks decent, especially after getting that 40 love hold. That was really important for her. So, the thing right now, I'm noticing Sabalenka's not serving that big right now. So I think it's smart from Aryna's part to just get her rhythm on the serve. She's not really placing it all that well. She's just making sure she's hitting high percentage first serves. And it's paying off right now because I don't think Coco's found her range. I do think Feast was tired as well. As I say that, she goes for a big serve down the tee that missed bad. But yeah, Feast was probably he looked tired. That was a long match. And not to also got to consider he had to play a 3-set match the round prior against Vachereau. And he did have a day off, but he's just played a lot of tennis too. And he's so soon on that comeback trail. But good for him nonetheless to get to his first 1,000 semifinal. Yeah, I'm noticing right now. Like right now, Coco seems to just try to hang in there and force the errors from Sabalenka, and I feel like that it's working. It might work a little bit for now, but eventually, I would like to see her move up to closer to the baseline a little bit because I think she did a great job of that in their last match at the WTA Finals. Yeah, that Feast and Paul match. That's like I said, it's going to go down as top 10 match of the year for me for sure. It was really, really good, especially that comeback. This is another good opportunity for Coco to break because Sabalenka's given her a few second serve looks. Let's see how she takes it. You talk about top 10 matches of the year. Is that a real thing? I was just talking about me personally, like my personal opinion for top 10 match of the year. Yeah, Sabalenka is really playing this smart. I'm noticing she's kind of taking a page. I don't know, maybe taking a page out of Coco's book is the right way to say it, but she's using a lot of like heavy spin to really push Coco back. He invoked the power of the Williams sisters and still got dot walked. That was a shame that he brought out the beads and it wasn't it didn't yield good results for him. Another second serve look for Coco. That's a good serve. That's a good one too from Sabalenka. That was 112 miles per hour. That's crazy. Games won in 2026 minimum. What does this statistic mean? So Tennis Channel had a statistic they're showing right now. Sabalenka, like in 2026, Sabalenka is number one in percentage of service games won, and Coco is number four in percentage of return games won. That was a decent serve. Mm, good hold from Sabalenka. But again, Coco's not really making any inroads in these return games like she should. She was given chances. She's just not is just isn't doing as much. Coco needs to play very aggressive against. I agree. She's too passive right now. Seems like Atlanta played a bit too passive in the semis. I don't know if Atlanta was too passive. I think Atlanta was actually just too sloppy. And I think also she looked a little bit not physically not physically right, but just a little bit maybe gassed. Like she wasn't moving as well as she did at Indian Wells in the finals there. Well, like I was out. Coco serve. That was a good serve though. I do have to give Coco props because she's been going for her second serve a lot more, and it's been paying off. So got to give her, and Gavin some credit for that. Hmm. Second serve opportunity for Sabalenka. Mm. Ooh, I'm sorry, I had to win. That second serve. Ooh, that was not a good. I don't. I think what happened there. I think her toss is really far behind her head today. I'm noticing it, and I think it should maybe be a little bit more to her right because it also gets her body weight going a little bit the other way. No, I didn't see I didn't see Gavin on Caroline Garcia's podcast. No, I haven't watched any of those podcasts, but I'm sure they're good. I need to maybe tap into that episode. Yeah, and that last forehand, I guess she did that flamingo forehand, y'all. She went up instead of like bending and just going through. Okay, another kick serve from Coco. Oof. This is ugh. If Sabalenka wins this game, that's the set for her, I feel. But and I can't say that though, because I feel like Coco's comeback from double break death. Well, I don't know. You never know, but 90% chance Sabalenka wins this set if she takes this game. But Coco is not serving as well as she did in rounds prior. Her first serve's off, and she looks dejected right now. Uh, I'm so sorry, Doja Cat's 2023, that this is the first game you're watching. Ooh. I'm wondering if she's a little bit nervous. I was thinking about that because like she's talked about how much she wants this, like winning this tournament. That was a good second serve. Good backhand. Ooh. Not a great drop shot from Sabalenka. So what I mean by flamingo forehand is like I don't know if I can demonstrate it, but she tends to I'm not gonna no. She tends to pull up and pull her left leg up. Maybe ballerina forehand, maybe that's more generous, but it's like I don't know. And she doesn't get her body weight moving forward as much as she should. That's a good serve from Coco. Yeah, good serve from her to get back to deuce. These serves are looking on both ends, they're looking a little bit like weaker than they actually show up on the mile per hour radar gun. Good serve. Yeah, good serve plus one. Great placement on that too. This is an important game for Coco, for both of them really, but more so for Gauff, obviously. This could really do a lot for her confidence if she were to get through. Mm. I think she should have went for that serve instead of tried to kick for it, but let's see what she does for the second serve. Mm, I guess. Good. I thought Sabalenka might have missed that overhead or was going to miss it, but that was a good overhead from her. Yeah, Coco's got to serve better. She's got to get that first serve in, period. Because that serve wasn't going to cut it. She was on defense immediately. Again, like this is kind of surprising a little bit that Coco's being pushed this far back, considering how they played last time at the WTA Finals. Thank you, Preeth 7294 for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate that. Like I said before, more exclusive member content coming soon. And that was a missed opportunity for Sabalenka. Big missed opportunity for her. Mid-court backhand and like can't miss those shots. Oh, the crowd is hype. Is that a relative of Coco in the New Balance shirt? Okay, she went for it more in that serve, just went wide. Second serve. Let's see if the pressure of Sabalenka maybe gets to Coco here. That wasn't Coco's dad. Coco's dad we haven't seen him in the crowd, in the box at least, in a while. That's that Sabalenka forehand down the line. That forehand down the line of Sabalenka has really been a big shot for her this tournament. I noticed it a lot against Rybakina, the way that she changed his direction. Because I feel like some players might expect it to go cross court. Yeah, Coco's dad gets too nervous. That's understandable. I did not, when I played tennis, I did not want my dad watching unless I played well. Okay, that wasn't a bad play. I think Coco can use the forehand slice to her advantage a little bit more. She just pushed it wide, and once again, she's under pressure, facing her third break point this game. Ugh. Got to make a first serve here. Mm-mm. Google is inaccurate because Coco's first serve percentage is not 70%. It's more like at 50 something. That's a good toss. I could tell that was going to be a good serve. Yep. You can tell like the toss wasn't far behind her head. And I understand sometimes when you toss it behind your head, you want to get extra kick on it, but I feel like it's a little bit too extreme. Like she'll get scoliosis going that far back with the toss. The toss is so important with the serve, y'all. Like it might be one of the most important things with the serve. It's equally as important as the actual technique of your take back. And that's another good serve from Coco. They're saying that Coco's first serve percentage is 76% on this app, this tennis app, but I don't know. Maybe it's better than I'm thinking. Speaking of Io Ito, poor thing. I haven't heard from her in a minute. I saw she lost in the opening round of Charleston qualifying like 6-2, 6-1. That's a shame because she has an interesting game, and I feel like she's like a fan favorite. So she got out of that was a good hold. That was a good hold. Another massive hold. Well, not another. That was her first hold of the match, but great hold from Coco. That was giving Niculescu, not Ito. Yeah, again, a very important hold. We'll see if that'll definitely help her, but I think it's going to be another good test for Sabalenka and how she'll recover. I think with her, Sabalenka has really improved her mental a lot, so I don't know if it'll impact her for sure. It would just more or less give Coco more confidence to play better. Thank you for the super chat, Tracy. And she held. Yes, I saw Vekic and the OnlyFans queen, Sasha Vickery, were playing in Charleston. Let me see how that match went. I think Vekic won that 6-2, 6-2. Sasha Vickery, she was clapping back at a few people on Twitter after she coached Alicia Parks. It was interesting. She was in my mention. She replied under me talking about, I'm not her coach. I'm just there supporting her as a friend. I'm like, okay, Sasha, you support your sister. Vickery went 0 for 8 on break points. Ooh. But I feel like that was her first match in a minute. Yes, I'm familiar with Cam. Hopefully Sasha can do something though. I don't know. I feel like the last like notable thing she did was push Coco to 3 sets in Stuttgart in 2024. Sasha, again, love her, but she was annoying. I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I was like, should I mute my TV? Because I don't want to hear this after every point. Someone said her name should be Sasha Vukov because of how much she was talking, and that someone was me, by the way. I said that. Good forehand angle from Sabalenka. Great finesse. Mm. Yeah, it's a tight match so far. Sabalenka, her serve is okay, but she's not serving at her best right now. So I think Coco, she's got to do something. She's got to make something shake. The coaching situation is interesting. Maybe Iga and Amanda will swap coaches. Something maybe is going on with Amanda because she also withdrew from Charleston um, like an hour ago. And I was disappointed because I was going to ask her, obviously, about the coaching split and why she made that change. But I mean, she said it was like a medical thing. So hopefully she's okay. Ooh. Ooh. They're not playing quite as good right now. That backhand approach shot, like Coco makes that in her sleep. Maybe she didn't do her jumping backhand as much. Hello, Marvin Hart. Get under Sabalenka's nerves and get the crowd working on her mental. I mean, she can't get under Sabalenka's skin with returns like that. I don't know. I don't think the strategy. I'm not really a fan of this strategy. I do think like her return position is okay because I remember like in Wuhan she returned kind of deep and she did excellent when they played in 2024. But I don't know. Like the thing is like again, Sabalenka's not serving at her best right now, so she's got to take advantage. She's got to clean up her act. That's one thing too I noticed. Like when Coco's playing her best, her return is peak. She doesn't miss returns. That wasn't a good backhand from Sabalenka. Her feet, she kind of lunged at that one. 40-30. Yeah, I've been saying that, Kevin. She needs to. And the fans. That's what the fans want to see. The fans want to see Coco be more aggressive, and she's not doing it. I just don't understand this strategy. Good serve from Sabalenka. 4-2, Aryna. So I'm listening to Andrea Pekovic right now on Tennis Channel, and she's saying that basically Sabalenka's angles is what's helping her, and she's whenever she's getting Coco off her favorite line or something. I don't know. I mean, sure, but I don't think that's the main issue right now. It's just her returning. She's just not as sharp right now. Coco isn't. 15 left for Gauff. That was a strong serve +1 there. Maybe body serves could be a good play for Coco because she just jammed Sabalenka with that last one. Because yeah, I think Coco needs to go body because these wide serves, either body or T. The wide serves is not working. Oh, Sabalenka's in far in there. Poor Coco. The poor thing. She just, oh no, on that one. But yeah, I'm noticing Sabalenka's definitely wanting to be more aggressive with her second serve return position and compared to Rybakina. Because against Rybakina, she took a deeper position. Good serve from Coco. Ooh, yeah. This kind of reminds me of their Madrid match. Coco played a little bit similar there. Of like she just didn't start out as well. And honestly, she didn't start out that well in at Roland Garros either. Sabalenka was dominating for the first like 5 or so games. So I think Coco will get better eventually, but this is another must hold service game. Live stream. Hold on. Ooh. Live stream for the men's final too. Honestly, I don't think so. I know I've been really neglecting the men's content, but it's hard to when you. It's just hard to cover both. I'm gonna definitely make a men's final recap for sure. Double fault from Coco. Another 1540 for Sabalenka. Oof. But anyways, I'm just not as moved. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I think also because I have to fly out for Charleston tomorrow. So yeah, good serve. I'll give her that. Coco's finding her best serves when she's down these break points. So that's good for her. But she got to find her good serves early on in the game so she's not in these positions. Men's final will be sauceless as hell, like Yuri, but it'll be a beatdown. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Like I don't want to be mean, but I was gonna say I'm not really too. Ooh, break for Sabalenka. I think Coco thought that backhand was out, but it was on the line. It seems. But back on Lehechka Center, I honestly think that Yuri, with how he's playing, like he has a good shot, like objectively. But this is his first ATP 1000 final, so I just don't like. There's a lot. That's a lot to handle. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I think if it were Feast against Center, it would be more people would be moved because also Arthur is more popular. I still think Yannick would win that match in straight sets if he were to play against Feast because also Feast is kind of gassed right now. But I don't know. But I do think Yuri is playing great. He's returning exceptionally well, and he was like on point against Feast. So, but I think when you play so well in a match, it's hard to sustain that the next match. So I don't know. I still think Sinner, I mean, will take it like maybe 6-4, 7-6. This is my prediction video, y'all, right here, exclusive. Coco and that Burger King cap, sis. Not too much on the cap now, y'all. Not too much on it. It got her through to the finals. Burger King cap is crazy. Y'all are wrong. How many? Let's look at the stats so far. So far, Sabalenka's hit 9 winners, 8 unforced errors. Gauff has also hit 8 unforced errors, but 5 winners. Sabalenka's hit 2 aces, 0 double faults. Gauff has hit 0 aces, 3 double faults. Not too terrible ish for Coco, but she's got to clean up the serves. And her first serve points won 58%, second serve points won 40%. I don't know. She's just putting herself under too much pressure and stress under these service games. Have it your way. I was at the Indian Wells semifinals and finals, and all the players I wanted to see win were already gone. Oof. Is that the men's side or the women's side? You're talking about Preeth. Good backhand from Coco. That's what she needs to do. Stay close to that baseline. Maybe now she'll adjust a little bit more and try to play more aggressive. But I want to see her also play more aggressive on the forehand too, because we all know she can play aggressive behind the backhand, because she naturally, like, that's what she does, steps in more. But she's got to do it on the forehand as well. Mm-mm. She's too deep behind the baseline. Like, she's so far back. It's crazy. Kareen says, I need Coco to just go back there and fire Gavin in the set break. Like, walk up there and say goodbye. I think she might play better after. Oh my gosh. I don't think. Poor Gavin. Poor Gavin. Poor Gavin. I wonder how long they'll last together, honestly, though. I think they'll last the whole year at least. But I think a lot of it just depends on Coco and her mental. Mm. Yeah, Coco, her return is not as strong right now. I don't think she's found her range quite right on her return. Oreo Kwan, Orway, sorry, I'm butchering your name. They've moved on from this set. Yeah, I think maybe Coco has too. What do y'all think about Gavin? That's a good question. Do you think Gavin has helped her? Do you think, ugh, yeah, these anyways, yeah, what do y'all think about Gavin though? Do you think that he's helping, or that he's just collecting a paycheck, or what do y'all think? I personally think that it has looked better. They have made improvements, but ultimately I think Gavin can't save it. It's going to have to rely on Coco mentally. That's just the biggest thing. So I don't think he's useless to her. I think he has helped, but again, a lot of it is just it's Coco's mental. She's so deep behind the baseline for the second server. Why are you doing that, Coco? That's a good forehand, though. Mm, too good for Sabalenka. Someone said, who was that? Mar said 6-2, 6-4. Well, they're halfway right, because Sabalenka just won that set 6-2. Yeah, there's master. That's what I meant. Master, you're the one that says 6-2, 6-4. So your prediction is still alive. My prediction now, I mean, I got to stick with my prediction and say I said Gauff in three. I'll be silly if I went back and said, oh, Sabalenka's winning in straight sets. So I'm going to stick with that. But I don't know. It's not looking too great for Coco right now with how well Sabalenka's playing, and also how poorly she is from her serve and from her return. I think he's helping her as far as Gavin is concerned, but the mental is suffering. I agree, Diva, sexy red peach. um, Coco's soul just yearns for three setters this tournament. Hova doesn't count because that's her pigeon. Valid. Maybe this was a scheme that Coco set up to come to Sabalenka with the 3-set win. Beautiful gowns. I don't get it why he helped Saba so much and not Coco. Hmm. I think with Sabalenka, there were like more things clearly technically wrong with Sabalenka in her serve. Yes, there's still things like technically that Coco needs to work on, but we saw at the U.S. Open how she was struggling against Donna Vekic, but then when she was practicing her serve, she made every last serve. So with her, I just think it's more mental. Sabalenka, he actually had to like change some things with her. With Coco, yeah, he can change some things, but it ultimately is up to her. That's what I have to say about that. We need our dominatrix to come through. Coco giving a trophy to Putin's daughter on U.S. soil. She needs to hide. Hamad, you've been really harsh today. Stop it. Can Sabalenka be stopped? I don't know. I think we need the Haitians in Miami to do some voodoo for Coco. Y'all are really funny. Y'all are so funny. Can Sabalenka be stopped? I think she can, but it's gonna have to take a change with Coco. Not Magalenka. Y'all been tearing her up after she took a picture with Trump's granddaughter. Oh, that was not that first point. That is not what the fans want to see. That is not what the fans want to see at all. That weak first serve and her flamingo forehand. Okay, that's a decent passing shot. She got away with that point, but right now her strategy is just to spin it in, and that's not doing like she's got to win like more easy points. I think Martina's valid right now. She's saying the slow serve is effective when like you mix it in with good serve, like faster serves. Good forehand on line from Gauff. She's doing better. That forehand was better. I'll say that. Not the serve giving Irani. Low key, it is. These serves are giving Irani. Yeah, she's just trying to get the serve in right now, and it might work. One thing about Coco I noticed in the benchage match is that sometimes when she gets pulled a little bit on the backhand, like she tends to go too aggressively, like flat, and her net clearance is poor. That's something I would like to see her work on. Like maybe incorporate more slices on that last backhand. I think because there's no way she should have missed it that in the middle of the net like that. Ooh, this serving. No, her left arm was injured, so that's no excuse. That's a good second serve. All right, these strokes from her are more aggressive. They better depth. Poor, she's working Sabalenka ragged, or she's working. Sabalenka's working her ragged. Good shot. That's a good shot from her. Coco's trying to get the crowd pumped up. I want to see a graphic on how much Sabalenka's mixing up the depth on these wide balls. Yeah, but there's just showed a graphic right now, average rally hit point, and right now Sabalenka, her hit point is about what 4 feet closer to the baseline compared to Gauff. So it's clear right now that she's got to step up a little bit more. But this is another important game for Coco. I think if she can get this hold, especially now that she's serving, well, she was serving first in the, wasn't she serving first in the first set too? She got broken the first game. But yeah, she's serving first, so that'll be helpful if she gets this game right here. Good hold from Coco. That was a good one. I think again, like I said earlier, she needs to go body a little bit more to jam Sabalenka, especially because she's not getting her hitting her spots as well. Yep, that's she reminded me of that body serve of that point I made earlier. Let's see if she can use the momentum. I don't think she's had a break point yet in this match. Has she? She hasn't. The closest she came to breaking Sabalenka was 30 all. She hasn't got a break point yet. So she's got to at least generate some opportunities for herself. She's not doing any of that. Right now, Sabalenka's just in total control of this match. She's got to take it back. Mm, that's what I'm saying, y'all. This is a like indicator that she's just not overall. It's like clockwork. Like it's the same things, like the same forehand returns in the net. I just I don't know. She's got to make more like returns in play. Period. Quick 30 love advantage now for Sabalenka. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in her returning so far. the the Cocoa Puffs and what Lenka's. I said Aryna's fan base was Rena's army, but that like Rena spelled differently, but that's too close to Serena's fan base. But yeah, the Coco and Aryna fans, I'm sure they probably are tearing each other up on Twitter right now. Staying far away from that for now. I might go on and look. Thank you for subscribing, Jake Davies, Tennis. Coco needs to mix it up, confuse Aryna a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like she's not getting enough like longer rallies. Like Sabalenka right now is kind of cruising through her service games, and she's not like the thing is she's just not getting these returns in play as much. She's just got to. That's the first step. I'm ready for clay season. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I guess I'm ready for it in a sense. Kai Trump is in the crowd. Oh, she did say she was going to support Sabalenka, so that's not surprising. Okay, sloppy backhand from Sabalenka. Now Coco has another 30. Y'all look. She's got to apply pressure here. Is that James's daughter? Not Navratilova saying the same thing. Is that his kid? Navratilova, she should know that because James sometimes works for Tennis Channel. She don't care. There you go. I need to when I do my like match analysis, I'm gonna look back and see like what happened on these 30 y'all past points. Like was Coco able to get the returns in play? Because I don't think she has a lot. Come on, you on? What is your Twitter username? I know you were definitely on Twitter to know Terry. Ooh, those last few backhand misses from Sabalenka are bad. So again, like this is her chance. This is Coco's chance. Sabalenka is not so sharp right now to open the second set, or at least in this game, I'd say. Good serve. Oh, she got it there. That was a good passing shot. She getting the crowd involved now. I guess that was a smart play. I wasn't a fan of it at the time. Like she got away with it, but I just didn't like how she was so far behind the baseline. That's one thing too. I forget. Coco does a great job of that, or she did a great job of that. And Roland Garros in the U.S. Open final, kind of baiting Sabalenka to come forward, then passing her. Second serve. Good return from Coco. And she effed the note up. How she effed that note up? Oof. That was a good return, but you just can't miss those shots. I don't know. Again, I think Sabalenka was smart getting that ball kind of out of Coco's strike zone. Mm, yeah, Sabalenka's done a good job of that wide and then the backhand getting Coco on the run. That's what I keep saying. Like I think Coco, when she's on the run on the backhand, she needs to switch it up. She doesn't need to go backhand drive every time she gets put on the run. This is like RJP says, I look stressed. Could only imagine you during a Serena match. I don't think I could live stream a Serena match, especially with me trying to be like, credentialed media, because I would just be going off. That's why I hope she does not come back for that sake. Because, well, no, I think I've gotten a little bit better, but oof, I would just be. It would be more entertaining for y'all. I'd say. I'll say that. But back to Deuce. You see, Sabalenka's trying to control it. She's trying to hold in her nerves. Yeah, like Navratilova said, that was a decel there from Sabalenka on that last forehand. I might turn this match off unless Coco takes the set. Well, if she doesn't take the set, the match is done. This ain't no best of five now. Ooh. Ugh, goodness gracious. Like, you just can't miss that. These misses are not good. No. Backhand, mid court, wide open court, and you miss it in the net. Where's the clearance at? Yep, there's the game. So, Coco's not applying enough scoreboard pressure on Sabalenka at all. At all. Like, if she would apply more, I don't know. She's got to just just hold serve, and hope for Sabalenka to dip or just play better in her own return games. Because, I mean, the match should be a little bit closer, I feel. It could have been. Ooh. Coco didn't even move on that one. I think, did she think her serve was out or something? Despite media hype of Aryna and Alyna, this for me is the more rivalry of the WTA. I feel like, yeah, this rivalry is more compelling typically because they just always bring a spectacle. But I mean, I think the Sabalenka Rybakina hype is deserved because they've been meeting at literally every big tournament where they both play at. So I'll say that. Good serve from Coco. Okay. A little routine hold could be good for her. That was a good serve. Like, that was her first ace, right? Yeah, that's her first ace of the match. So if her serve starts firing, that could be good news for her because right now Sabalenka has been giving her opportunities. So if she can just keep her serve, then she has a decent shot at least forcing a third set. She's playing better. She's playing much better. She's playing better. She's starting to play like how she played to get to the final. So this is good news for us for a more competitive match. Told y'all us ATL folk need to warm up. Coco needs Sasha Vukoff in her box right now. She does. She does. Because I don't think we've heard. Maybe it's the mics were off in Coco's boxes. We don't hear really much of what they say. So I think they turned the mics off or something. I think if Coco breaks this next service game, it might be hit unless Sabalenka improves her service level. Sorry, I think my comment got buried. How often do you do these lives? I do them kind of whenever I feel like it. I did my first two lives or three lives during the Australian Open. I wanted to get in the live spaces and interact with y'all more. So I feel like whenever there's a good match, or like a match that moves me, then I'll pretty much do them. This was one of them. So yeah, I probably won't do them until maybe Madrid at least. Maybe Monte Carlo, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this is Coco's a little bit of Coco's chance. I don't know why she's returning so deep. I don't get that. Why is she returning her? I just don't understand. Like, who came up with this strategy? Like, why did no one look at the WTA finals and she see that she did a great job, had a lot of success when she took it to Sabalenka? This defensive game plan is not what got her to the finals. Like, what is she doing? I don't understand like that. She's still behind the baseline. Just from a coaching's perspective, I'm not a coach, but like I feel like I could be. Like it's frustrating because why are you not telling your player to change? It just doesn't make sense. Like it's, I don't know. Listen, and she's taking further steps back. What is the? I don't understand the point behind this. She's so deep behind the baseline, and that she got lucky with that. But that return did nothing. That return sat right in the middle of the court. So she's lucky Sabalenka missed that because again, like that was I don't understand it. This is not clay. It makes no sense. But I guess she's has chances. Sabalenka hasn't really been firing with her serve today. That she hits a good serve, but I guess. But that it, oof, man, this is not good tennis. Like I'm kind of just baffled. I don't understand. Oh, thank you so much, Ashley of the Seas. That means a lot. Thank you. She, ugh. Is it windy or something? What's it's not really. I looked when I looked at the weather. It was set like 11 miles per hour before, but I don't think the wind is a factor. Yeah, yeah, it is to give yourself more time on the return, but it's just not paying off right now because she's when she gets the return back in play, she's not doing enough to prevent Sabalenka from running her. I mean, Pekovic just made a good point. Is like maybe Coco doesn't feel as confident. Good serve. That maybe Coco doesn't feel as confident with her forehand return to stand closer to the net or closer to the baseline. But I mean, okay, on the first serve, fine, but on the second serve, you need to like step in. It just doesn't make sense. Like even try some things like chipping, something different. Okay, that was a good forehand down the line to get herself out of trouble. 30 love. So Coco is protecting her serve better in the second set. So that's a good sign for her. Second serve look for Sabalenka. Okay, that's a good play. I have to say she's been playing much better from behind her serve this match. So that's good. I have to give her that. It's just that the main issue right now is just her returning. If she were to like improve her returning, she can turn this match around. Because the serve is fine right now. The serve is fine. That backhand wasn't great. Kai Trump hate watching Coco right now. I mean, Kai Trump should be supporting Coco because Coco's American, but at some point, can the conversation shift to what Sabalenka is doing well and what Coco is doing, whether bad or good? That's a good point. I think Sabalenka is doing a great job of kind of doing things that Coco normally does sometimes to opponents, which is using more like heavy topspin to push opponents back. And I think she's doing a great job of taking advantage of Gauff's serve positioning, going wide, and she's making a lot of returns back in play and forcing Coco to play more. So I'll give her. She's playing solid tennis. I'll say that. And the thing is, Sabalenka could be playing even better. And like I said earlier, she's smart with her serving to serve a lot wide to the forehand because not only is that Coco's weaker return, but even if Coco gets it back in play, she has the wide open backhand cross to get Coco moving on the defense. And Coco, she's right now at least she's netting a lot of those on the run backhands. Coco, do not do the Mira Andreeva Rublev impersonation. Come on now, be positive. I'm trying to listen to what Gavin's saying. We finally have heard Gavin say something. I did jinx Coco. I was just talking about how good her serve was, and she missed that second serve badly. Once again, she's under pressure. I mean, obviously, a lot of it is because she's down on the score line, but I think she just isn't the same mentally. And it makes sense because it's a final, and she wants to win this tournament badly. But I think she was definitely more composed. Good serve. But it doesn't matter because that was an excellent return from Sabalenka. That's really nothing you can do about that. That was really good. That was an excellent return. My goodness. Unfortunately, just D3. I was a bit of a chop towards the end of my last few years in high school, but I played nonetheless in college. Second serve for Sabalenka. Good serve from Coco, but ooh, can she get out of trouble here? Ooh, I almost went in the net. Ooh, that was a big point. Because if you notice, Sabalenka returned that really well to her. Coco, she literally did this. Like she didn't have anything on that ball because of her grip is so like Western. There are a few times too where Coco it was a little bit close to going in the net, but yeah, that was a really important point. I think if Coco can get out of this game, definitely bookmark that point. Good serve. Ooh, yeah, good forehand. Good forehand from Gauff. Now she's back on with the game point. She needs more first serves like the one she hit last point. She tried, but she's just not finding them as consistently. Yeah, she's been going a lot like wide on the deuce side, and Sabalenka's all over this. She wow, what a return from Aryna. She's playing so well because according to the Miami radar gun, 93 mile per hour second serve, and Sabalenka just swats it aside. This is a big game, big game with all these deuces and Coco being up 40 love. Good backhand cross from Coco, good slice from Sabalenka. She's starting to move Sabalenka more. Now she's starting to. We haven't seen that much this match. Her actually getting Sabalenka on the defensive. So definitely a great play for Coco. Coco still chicken wing her forehand. I used to call it a chicken wing forehand too. Good serve, good body serve, but good return from Sabalenka to get out of trouble. But it doesn't matter. That's a huge hold. That was an excellent hold. Let's see if that turns things around for Coco. That was a great hold to serve. Yeah, I love Coco's siblings watching her as well too. Man, they got a whole. The Gauff family is full of athletes, man. That must be a blessing. Wow. Coco's eating fruit. I'm not watching. I'm watching the Tennis Channel stream. So they're showing an Ozempic commercial. Word to Serena, Ozempic. Let's look at the stats in the meantime of this changeover. So in the first set, Coco actually had a decent first serve percentage in the first set, but she's improved it. In the first set, she served at 72% first serves in. In the second set, it was 78. And she's winning more points behind her first serve. In the first set, she won 57% of her first serves in. Not she won 57% of her first serve points. Set number two is 67. She's winning 60% of her second serve points too. So again, much better serving from Coco. That's why she's held serve 3 times. So huge holds from Coco. Dang. Nice to see you on the live too, Happy One. But everybody is not everybody, but a few people have it out for Gavin. Y'all don't want him in the player box. I think he's helping. Let's see if Coco can make an inroads in these return games of hers. Good play from Sabalenka. She's been going relentlessly to that Gauff forehand. They just played another graphic, her return hit points. I'm gonna screenshot that and use it for my video because it's too deep. They're showing it and it's around the 6 to 9 foot range. I like if I were her, I think I would maybe stand closer and cut off that serve for Sabalenka, or at least pressure her to go T, which is the lower percentage serve to go for. She's returning Sabalenka second serves in Key West. Yes, she is. That was a better return from Coco. I think she stepped in more. So maybe someone told her to make an adjustment, or she just made that herself. Another return wide. She's got to cut those off, I think. But that is a tough serve to handle. But still, if you notice your opponent is beating you still with those serves, take it away from them, or at least like cheat over there a little bit more once the toss goes up. Good serve from Sabalenka. That's really nothing you could do on a serve like that. Like the kick and the placement, even if you were like guarding that serve, which you really like, that's just tough. That's really tough. No, I disagree, Alonzo. I think Coco has a majority of the crowd support, especially now that she's down a set. They want to see more of a match. Not I'm behind. My video is behind. Y'all think she would get four aces? Probably. Dex probably bet on Sabalenka ace count. That's why he's worried about her aces. But yeah, that was a really great service hold from Sabalenka, and that was impressive too because like she could have easily gotten down on herself after that long Coco service game, where she had a break point. So great in her to rebound. Mm, 15 all. I think she kind of went for too much on that serve, not serve on that backhand. I mean, but I think Sabalenka is also smart going up the middle with a lot of these returns to take away the angle from Gauff. Because that's a tough return to handle, especially when the ball comes to your backhand side, trying to redirect when the ball comes up to the middle. Good serve from Coco. Great placement on that, too. This second set is definitely more entertaining. I'll say that than the first. Much more tight because Coco's applying more scoreboard pressure. Good serve, another good serve from Gauff. Mm. Good defense from Sabalenka there. 30 all. A little bit of pressure moment, a little bit of a pressure moment for Gauff now. When they pan to the crowd, it seems like a lot of folks are sitting on their hands. That's one thing I do think the American crowds can do a little bit of a better job at getting behind their players, at least compared to other countries. Like I don't know. I think it's the culture now is kind of shifting to where a lot of like hardcore fans are being priced out, and a lot of them are just maybe, you know, rich people or influencers that are coming and watching the tennis, and they're not as invested or clapping as much. So that could be a part of it as well. I don't think Coco should go down a break. If she goes down a break, I don't, because she hasn't broken herself yet. She needs to just improve. That was a good return from Sabalenka. Ooh, that's one thing too I've noticed just after that point that neither of them have really come into the net a whole lot, especially Coco. And I understand it might be hard to do against Sabalenka with her power, but yeah, it's just going to be harder to do against Sabalenka because I'm thinking maybe even a serve and volley to change things up, but it's a little bit of a risky play. But I mean, a changeup couldn't hurt. Never understood why players don't use the angles of the court more often. A- Angles can be more of a high risk shot, to be honest, especially when you're dealing with the pace of shot that some of these women are facing with, or dealing with at least. So it really takes a skilled player to hit angles. Like I think Serena hit really great angles. Osaka hit amazing angles as well. So it's tough. Ooh, a return from Sabalenka and a good put away forehand. Pressure's back on Gauff. Man, the master, your prediction of 6-2, 6-4, it might come true, especially if Sabalenka breaks right here. I have to give you props for that one, man. That would be a great prediction. I was surprised that Feast was able to turn the crowd when he played Paul. I also think the American crowd, or at least a lot of crowds, can be kind of like fickle in that regard. At least, it's like they can be easily influenced, especially if a player is likable enough. Double fault from Gauff. Break point. That's not a bad double fault. It went just long, but we'll see. Add in for Sabalenka. Oh yeah, and Boko has good angles too. That's a good point. She does. If you can hit with good angles, then you are a great player. Ooh, that was a bad miss from Sabalenka. She's feeling it too. She's feeling it too because I feel like I think on another point that wasn't break point, she probably would have made that last forehand. So don't forget, like, yes, Coco's under some pressure playing for this title, which she's made it clear she wants, but Sabalenka's going for the Sunshine Double, and that return from her went really long. What is Sabalenka complaining about? Oh, she must have thought it was a let. That's a good service hold from Gauff. 4-3. The last few service games she saved break points, so that's great from Coco that she's able to get out of trouble. That's also big too, because even if Sabalenka holds and then she breaks Coco, then that would force Sabalenka to serve it out. And Sabalenka isn't quite the best at serving out matches. She's gotten better, but thinking back to Indian Wells, she wasn't able to serve out that match there. It had to go to a tiebreak. So Coco's in a good spot right now. Let means net. I don't know why they don't just say net either, honestly. Thank you so much, Alonzo. That means a lot. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. How many errors has Sabalenka made? So as of now, Sabalenka's made fewer unforced errors than Coco, according to the tennis TNNS app. Sabalenka's hit 12 winners, 8 unforced errors. Coco has hit nine unforced errors and 6 winners. So Sabalenka's playing a bit more like controlled tennis compared to Coco, I'd say. Let's see if Coco can make something shake. Because Sabalenka is going to the well with that forehand, serving to the forehand. Yeah, she's playing better now. I'm like Coco's dad right now, pacing around the house. That's too funny. Coco's drop shots and insane top spins is what gets Saba furious. She needs to be messy. Coco does not need to be clinical. She needs to make it messy to frustrate Sabalenka. I think in this junction of the match, yeah, that's a good play for her because Sabalenka is starting to miss some balls that she maybe wasn't missing before. Ooh, that's a bad second serve return miss. Do I bet money? I do not bet on tennis. I do not. Do you bet, Emmy? Emmy Beth? Diva says Martina needs to coach Coco. She is on point. One thing, Martina, she does be on point sometimes. I'll give her that. That's a yep. That's a good point from Coco. That was a great point from Gauff. I like how she stepped into that forehand and took it on the rise to go cross court. That's what I keep saying. She needs to get Sabalenka like on the defense a little bit more. I mean, I don't think it's easier said than done to be honest, because I just think a lot of it depends on Coco stepping up more to the baseline. Well, that's a good serve from Sabalenka. Good point. That's a good point. But we've seen that point a lot. Sabalenka going wide, pulling Coco to the backhand, and good on Coco for making that backhand because a few of those backhands she missed, but she made it, and then she was still in control of the point. Like it's things I would say like once again, take that serve away from her. I would stand near the alley almost. Yeah, I changed the stream, so I'm actually a little bit ahead. I'm on it now as far as my watching. If I bet on tennis, I would be really rich because I had a feeling that Raducanu would win a Grand Slam after I saw her. I don't know if you could bet on her winning that tournament, the U.S. Open as a qualifier. That was insane. Good hold from Sabalenka. She's just not really able to do much, Coco, with these returns. All right, the master. This is where it could end for your prediction, or it's make or break. Because if Coco holds serve, then unfortunately your prediction won't be quite as accurate of the 6-2, 6-4. Sabalenka should use more variety. I mean, I think they could both use a little bit more variety. I think they're kind of like stuck in the more baseline to baseline game instead of incorporating different types of slices and spins and stuff. But I think Sabalenka is doing okay as far as the variety. I would like to see Coco use more variety as well. Good serve from Coco. Good serve +1. I bet on the feast. So when you bet on feast, Paul, who did you bet on? I know that was your heart must have been pumping on that one because that match was so crazy. You can't miss that return if you're Sabalenka. Although it did kind of jam her a little bit, so I'll give her that. Quick 30 left from Coco now. Yeah, she's more aggressive. This is the Coco that got to the finals. Yeah, your predictions in jeopardy unless Sabalenka comes back from left 40 again. At least makes it to deuce. But this is it. Your prediction might go down. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera now. Yeah, I did kind of. Sorry, you might have to like go back a little bit. I know I'm a little bit ahead. So when Coco is talking about being each other's daddy, I'll explain after this point or during the changeover. You got to remind me though. I might forget. Okay, well, now the game's over. So about the whole daddy thing on the men's tour, I think Ben Shelton explained this, but if you beat a guy so many times in a row, like 4 or 5 times in a row, uh, you're considered their daddy. And so Coco was basically asked, like, since she's beaten Muhova 6 times in a row, is she her daddy or mommy or whatever? And Coco said she doesn't like the word daddy or mommy. She said more or less, she said like dominatrix or something. But yeah, I feel like Coco knows pigeon too. If you don't know, pigeon means that like, I think pigeon. I get it confused sometimes between pigeon and pigeoner because does pigeon mean that I guess yeah, if you're someone's pigeon, that means you dominate them. But if you're the pigeoner, then you get dominated. I guess. I don't know. Hi, Sandy. I remember you from the other lives. How are you doing? And from the comments. Muhova is Coco's pigeon. Okay, so I think I had it wrong. So Muhova is Coco's pigeon, and Coco is Muhova's pigeoner. Okay. Okay, yeah, I had it wrong. You if you're someone's pigeon, that means you get dominated. I was wrong. Yep. I always get so confused. Pressure moment how here for both women, but more so for Sabalenka. Let's see how she handles it, and she steps up to the occasion. The crowd's starting to get more hyped too because they can sense this is big. She keeps going to that forehand. She keeps beating her with that slice forehand wide. Not forehand wide, my gosh. Slice serve wide to Coco's forehand. They don't say pigeoner that often, but they do say it sometimes. Does Muha mean fly in check? If so, that's actually really funny. Second serve here for Coco. Ooh, I thought that was going to be a double fault. Stop like it hasn't hit a double fault yet. Yeah, good 30 love now for Sabalenka. This is shaping up to be very similar to their Madrid match, I'll say. It's very reminiscent of that. But I think Coco was like leading for much of that second set in that match. I mean, I guess she technically is leading for much of this set too, since she served first, but she's been put under more pressure behind her serve in a few of her service games. So Tennis Channel is showing a graphic, and her forehand depth, Coco's, has improved from set number one to set number two. That is so funny that Muha means that. I think Coco should maybe target the Sabalenka backhand. Like as far as like be more aggressive. Don't just sit there and give her sitters because it's more prone to spring, I'd say a little bit more. Big moment here. Big moment, 30 all. That's a much better return from Coco. Okay. Ooh, good point from Gauff. I like how she used the slice forehand too. Set point, set point, set point, set point. And once again, wasn't that a backhand error from Sabalenka? That back, like I said, that backhand is sometimes Sabalenka, she can like steer her back. Sorry, the camera's shaking. She can kind of steer her backhand a little bit too much. So if she's not quite set on that shot, I don't know. Set point. This is her first break point, not first break point of the match, but like her what second break point of the match, and she has a second serve look. Here we go. Ooh, good return, and that's the set. That's the set. That was a great return from Coco. We're going three, y'all. We're going three. This is very, very interesting. And the crowd is really hyped right now. You can hear it. They're loud. They are loud. And the chat is feeling it too. We are going to three sets. Is Sabalenka going off the court? I'm wondering. What are y'all's predictions for the third set? Does Sabalenka take it in three or does Coco? And they're showing the second set stats, and Coco has done a much, much better job behind her first serve. She still has a high first serve percentage of 69% first serves in, but she's winning. She won 74% of her first serve points. So she's doing much, much better. And that's why she's winning, not winning the match, but why she tied it up. Did you discuss what Martina said about Gauff's grip? I don't think I heard that. What did Martina say about her grip? And that is the grip on her forehand or her serve? Probably her forehand grip, but three set favors Coco. Where's that person who kept calling Gauff fans delusional in here? That was what is his name again? Um, I'll have to scroll. The master. The master. Aryna does really well when she's pissed, unless she had a breakdown. Mm. I do have to give Sabalenka that she has improved with her mental to bounce back. I'm sorry for doubting you, Coco. Let's go. Here we go. So Sabalenka did not go off the court. She stayed on court, and we're starting the set with Coco serving, so that's in Gauff's favor. These first couple of games can decide the match. I feel good serve from Coco. That was a great serve, in fact. Man, this is crazy. This is so similar to the U. Like as far as how the match is going, like the U.S. Open final, it really reminds me of that. Because Sabalenka had her chances. This is going to be a really good third set. I have to say that. Mm. Sabalenka sloppy now. And she's looking at her team. Sabalenka's having PTSD. I feel from the other time she played Coco. Wake it up, hi Mike. Who was Aryna? But you are right though. Her forehand take back, at least on that last one, it was really extreme. So maybe that's the sign of her not feeling herself right when she takes that forehand a little bit further back with her body. But Coco 6 double faults, Sabalenka 0, but she's still winning, technically, with the score line. I devote my life to Christ if Coco wins this. Good serve. There she go with that flamingo. That's not the play. That is not the play at all. I follow you on TikTok. Well, welcome to YouTube. This is the main place, YouTube. Whatever, 9 times out of 10, if I post something on YouTube, it's from a YouTube. If I post something on TikTok, it's from a YouTube video. Good serve. That was an excellent serve from Coco. She's out acing Sabalenka. 4 aces to 3. Someone says Sabalenka 6-3 third set. I cannot play the sound. I cannot. I'm going to get striked. I cannot play the sound. I'm sorry. I don't think I can, at least. Ooh, double fault. Deuce. I wasn't laughing at the double fault, by the way. I was laughing at a comment from Happy One. Tight service game. If I were Coco, I would kind of target these. Well, I don't know if that's the right play. That was a good rally. That was a good rally. I was expecting Sabalenka's backhand to break down a little bit, and that just went out. But I was expecting Sabalenka to really to give that backhand error, but she was strong. You can pretend to play the sound and start screaming like Sabalenka. No. And I don't need a sound because the ATP, they. I'll more on that in a minute. If Sabalenka doesn't get this break point here, well, she got the break. That was a big break for Sabalenka because I feel like if she wouldn't have gotten that break, she would have lost her mind. But yeah, I cannot afford any copyright strikes because the ATP, they did like a legal copyright strike for like a reel or a little video I did for Arthur Feast and his win over Tommy Paul. And I'm like, what? Off of that, I barely showed a few clips. So I don't know. I'm trying to tread lightly right now with those copyright strikes. I did contest it, so they have 10 days to like it's kind of crazy, but they have 10 days to respond with legal like stuff that they're going to like sue me actually. But I didn't actually know that fully before I contested it. So I reached out and I was like, "Hey, I don't want to like get in legal stuff with y'all. Can y'all just take away the strike and I'll delete the video because I really don't care about the video that much." But yeah, I'm not trying to get my stuff taken down, Sandy, at all. No. I don't think Sabalenka's serving. I think her service quality has dipped, honestly. The ATP has the ATP is bad. That's a little bit of another reason why I don't post as much ATP compared to the WTA because the WTA is really lenient with my stuff because if you watch my videos, you know that sometimes I incorporate like little match clips. I'm so afraid to do that with the ATP because they'll snatch it up real quick, and I don't have time for that. If Sabalenka does win this in 3 sets, I will be impressed because I didn't necessarily say that she can't win in three, but I said that if she's going to win, it needs to be in straight sets because Gauff like she's so battle tested. 4 3-set wins, and in each of them, or not in each of them, but in a couple of them, she was down a break. So even though Coco is down this early break, this is nowhere near over because she's been in this position before. Sabalenka serve has been beach balls for the past couple games, and Coco is right there just rallying it, beach balling it back. She is not taking advantage. 40 love for Sabalenka. We'll see if Coco can get something back here. The crowd's trying to get her back into it. That's why Sabine Lisicki fans is thriving. Yeah, Sabine Lisicki fans is lucky. The WTA is more lenient. I'll give them that because they cannot do that on the ATP. I feel like the WTA needs like somewhat of a Sabine Lisicki fans type. Like maybe not as messy as Sabine Lisicki fans, but they need their equivalent to the tennis TV to post more of the messy moments. That was a poor forehand from Sabalenka. So 40-15. I don't know. Sabalenka needs to make sure she doesn't get this game to be more complicated than what it should be. Because I can see Coco maybe making more of a game of this one and turning it around. So this is a pivotal game, even though it's 40-15 in Sabalenka's favor. Right on the line, backhand from Sabalenka. Good hold. Great hold. You should build a relationship with an attorney. These companies are so annoying with the bullying because you're only going to grow. I hope I don't need to get like lawyers with this whole. It's just a silly video with this ATP thing, but I honestly don't think they're going to respond to that. But yeah, I think in general, the tennis media landscape can change so much because they're so strict. Like even in some tournaments, you can't record video of the press conference. Like if I were a reporter, and I think at some tournaments, like even the DC Open, they have mixed zone interviews. I want to be able to record that interview, which is insane. Like it just doesn't make sense. So overall, that like they got to change. Not y'all telling me to lawyer up. It is. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I get like it's a lot of it is money is involved because the tennis channel and so many other broadcast entities pay for the rights, but they don't understand the long game of it of like if I'm talking about it, then more people will be interested and more people will be inclined to actually subscribe for a tennis channel membership or subscribe for a tennis TV subscription. So it's all like they just I don't know. I definitely agree with with Roland Garros. They do a terrible job at posting classic matches. Really bad. They yeah, like they don't even post. They didn't even post a full Serena Sharapova match. Like where can I go to watch that match? That's crazy. Australian Open and U.S. Open they do a great job. Wimbledon needs to do a better job, but no, y'all. I'll be okay. I don't think I need to lawyer up. I'll be okay. If all else fails, if they come at me, I'll just delete the video and then with that. But I will keep it in the back of my mind. But Roland Garros needs to do better. A lot of entities need to do better as far as posting their full matches. Good serve from Coco. Ooh, the good shot from Sabalenka. She anticipated that really well. Yeah. With me, like it's not like I just post the point. Like I provide commentary over it, so I don't think it's taking anything away from it. Good hold from Coco. That was really important. If I'm Christian, if you're offered to get a anchor at Tennis Channel, would you go that route or would you have your own at your own terms? I kind of want to have somewhat of a, I guess, contributor role. So I would definitely do it as far as whether it be Tennis Channel or like ESPN or something like that, because ultimately I would like to have insurance paid for. I'm okay right now because I'm not 25 or 26 yet, but eventually I need to have some type of establishment backing. So yeah, but for right now, I think I'm okay kind of going at it alone somewhat with this and kind of proving myself that I belong and that I have a good following and that I know what I'm talking about. But it's all coming. Personally, I think Coco serves motion is pretty good, but she tends to. I 100% agree. She just pulls her head down way too much, her chin, instead of staying up with it the entire time. Like, someone says, I'm not enjoying Martina's commentary. I'm not reading the last part, but y'all can probably see it. What I asked this question before, but a few people weren't fans of Martina's commentary either. I feel like it was maybe like 60-40 in favor of not caring too much about Martina. You could have Christian's court at the tennis channels where you give insider opinions. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great. Another man, Sabalenka has been beating her so much with that serve out wide. It's insane. But yeah, I would love to do that as far as being a correspondent. It's better than Chris Everett, that's for sure. Thank y'all so much. And thank you, Aaron Lee. Are you like a freelancer and you don't have a 9 to 5? So right now, no, I do not have a 9 to 5. I'm doing this full time, or at least I'm trying to do it full time because I feel like I can do it. Like right now, if it weren't for my dad like housing me, I couldn't do it. Like I would have to like get another job, but for now I can do it. So I'm taking advantage of that as for as long as I can before the brand deals come and before I get more money. So yes. Thanks, Mike. They have been donating. So good return from Coco. That's more stuff. That's what she needs to do a little bit more depth on her second serve return. You're better than Coco and hella better than Danielle. Danielle is really interesting. Danielle also follows me on Instagram too. So Matt, love to Danielle. That's a sloppy forehand from Sabalenka, and her team is a little worried right now. Who said that about Muhova being on her, period? Who said that? Eternal optimist. That's an interesting comment. Another. This is a shaky service game from Sabalenka. This can be where Coco turns it around. I agree. I think Wozniacki and especially Pekovic are great. Good serve. Ooh. 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 Oh my gosh, Kareen. $50? $10,000. That is, thank you so much. That means a lot. My goodness. Thank you so much. I feel like I owe you like my life. No, I'm kidding. But thank you so much. That means a lot, especially because I mentioned earlier, I'm going to Charleston tomorrow out of my own dime and ooh, out of my own pocket and stuff. So thank you. That means so much, Kareem. But Sabalenka, she's pulling up a little bit on her forehand. I'm noticing a little bit too much, and that's the play. That's what I said earlier. That she needs to, she needs to apply more pressure, like be more aggressive, because it's there for the taking. Another one, man. I just don't understand how she keeps beating her with this, like the same serve over and over and over again. My goodness. Ooh. That was a good service hold from Sabalenka, but Coco, that was on her racket. She had that, I think. Thank you so much, Corinne. Thank you. I'm excited for Charleston, even though the player field is it's just dwindling a little bit, especially with Anisimova withdrawing. But it should still be a good tournament, and I heard it's the best, one of the best tournaments period on tour. So I'm looking forward to experiencing it and reporting it for y'all. If Coco gets this game, she's winning the match. We'll see. If she doesn't get the game, I don't. I might be hard. I don't know. Good serve, second serve. Ooh, that forehand. They they showing a graphic about Coco's like past Miami Open results. That's crazy how she never made the quarterfinals here before this year. Insane. I wonder why that was the case. As I know she ran into Iga in 2022 and she was still young in 2021, but 2023, what did she do in 2023? Who she lose to in 2023? I don't know. Doja Cat, Emma Navarro actually withdrew. She withdrew. She's not playing the tournament either. So she's Emma Navarro said something about her she's having health problems. So I hope that she gets better. Even though the answer to the question. Who said that? Eternal Optimist? Eternal. Oh, Martina said that about Muhova? I don't think that's a hmm. I, I don't think that's an appropriate thing to say. I mean, not to say like periods shouldn't be like a taboo topic, like it's a natural thing that happened, but well, that's a great angle forehand from Coco. But for her to say that, I'm wondering the context of it. Obviously, she was talking about the match, but I don't think her being on her period was the reason why she lost the match. It was she just dropped her quality of play after she missed out on a few early break opportunities. Is Navarro the new Parks? Man, Alicia will always be famous. Maybe not famous for all the right things, but my goodness, Mike, please, I'm sending you this money back. I'm sending you the money back, please. Thank you, but I'm cash upping you the money, so I'll text you the 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 Cash App. That's my friend, by the way, who donated that. I will be giving him his money back. But thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Mohammed. This is too y'all being too much. Thank you so much. Wow. But with Emma, I hope she gets better though. Good return from Sabalenka. That was great. Was that a second serve from Coco? Regardless, it was a good serve. Decently placed too. Yeah. I'm wondering, I mean, maybe she had intel that she's good hold from Coco. Wait, so apparently, according to Diva, she said the way she said it, it wasn't in a bad way. She said she was playing like she's on her menstrual cycle. I don't know if that makes it better, honestly. I don't know. You're that doesn't. I don't know if that makes it better, Diva. This is the comment. The way she said it was. She said she was playing like she's on her period. If that's true, like she's really said that. I don't know if that's the right. I don't know. I meant to highlight. Thank you again, Mohammed. I need to highlight y'all. Thank you again to Kareen, Joe, for the super chat. That really means a lot. try your Charleston accent on us here. Um, Charleston accent. I don't know anything about a Charleston accent. I need to do something. I don't know. She said something seemed really off. Yeah, I agree, Doja Cat. That sounds worse to me. That's an odd comment. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Mm-mm. Like I said, that's worse in my opinion. But thank you, Mohammed. I really appreciate it. That means so much. Man, that's an interesting. I wonder if someone posted that clip on Twitter. I haven't really been on Twitter today, but this match again, it has delivered. As we, this is. I'm gonna start a discussion in a little bit, but maybe after this point. Another serve to the Gauff forehand, man. Good backhand. Ooh, good play though. That was the right play. That feels like the one of the only times that I've seen Coco come to the net this entire match. That was a great play, but she messed it up. But the discussion I was mentioning is that is Gauff Sabalenka the most entertaining rivalry on tour, on the women's tour? I think definitely Sabalenka Rybakina is up there, but I could. That sounded like that was going out, that backhand, judging from Sabalenka's grunt. But this rivalry is just so good. Like, oh my gosh, it is so good. Ask Xena. What did Navratilova do to Xena Garrison, brother D 9904? Someone shouted out during. Oh, because Sabalenka's backhand. I remember that. Yeah, Sabalenka Golf or Golfalenka is more evergreen than Rybalenka. No, I'm wearing them correctly. They're just kind of sticking out. My AirPods. Ooh. Martina also said that Katie Bolter. What? She said that, Karine? Martina also said that Katie Bolter should retire and have babies after she lost at the US Open. She has always been. That's not. That is not a good comment to make. I like Coco and Sabo more because they are more. They are. Yeah, I agree. There's. It's just more interesting. Like, yes, I think Sabalenka and Rybakina are guaranteed like 9 times or 8.5 times out of 10 they're going to give us a great match. But Coco and Sabalenka, it's just something like it's such a spectacle. Like the matchup dynamic of it all, it's just a lot. What did she say? Uh-oh, no she didn't. So Sabalenka said something about Sabalenka said something to her team saying that they shouldn't have said "come on" during the rally. So I guess that's her basically saying that she's going to be locked in now. So I don't know. We'll see if she can lock in. Thank you. I don't watch. Is that a Game of Game of Thrones thing, Daenerys? Thank you so much for the support. Me, Xena in H Town, and she told me how she dismissed her. Oh, hmm. Dang it. Y'all dragging Martina. Y'all are dragging her badly. I hope Sabalenka is taking pleasure in silencing this crowd because I would be annoyed if I was her. Um, 1 second on that. I'm watching this point. Okay, this is better from Coco. She's coming in more. This is better. This is much better. Drag her more. Um, I think Sabalenka should be used to it at this point because she literally played an American last year. Although I think Coco is a little bit more popular than Pagula, especially because she's from Florida. But we'll see if it can motivate her. I mean, I don't think it hasn't done much so far this game because Coco's just been playing well so far. She's the John Isner of women's tennis in terms of opinions and takes. Yeah, John Isner has some really interesting. Not the Empire having to step in mid during in between the serves. My goodness. Oh no, they gotta ban them. They gotta go like today and Biggie. That's what she needs to do. That's what she needs to do. Come in. Which WTA players would have a baddies chain? I think anyone inside the top five right now have their baddies chain secured for now. Who's number seven? Paolini. She still has her baddies chain, but it might be taken away after Rome because I don't think she's beaten a top 50 player this year, which is kind of crazy. John is gonna be at this tennis center down the street from me. I was gonna go for their grand opening, but I don't mess with John. Yeah, I don't really care for John Isner too much myself. I'm glad. I mean, I'm just glad he's not great playing from Coco. This is a great match. This is a great match. If Coco can break back, this is gonna get so good. Why can't we see the live play while you're talking? Because that's illegal. That's illegal. I don't want to go to jail. I'm not going to go to jail, but I don't want to. It's just illegal. I'll just leave it at that. Match of the year contender. I wouldn't go all the way in saying it's a match of the year. Top 10. I think top 10 match of the year. But for me, match of the year might be locked down to Sabalenka Rabakina, Indian Wells. But man, just looking back on it, two excellent Sunshine Double finals. Like WTA fans are really we can't lose as WTA fans. We really can't. Share an illegal link or something. I'm too busy. I can't do. Someone in the comments maybe can help you out, but I'm sorry. I really wish I could help. Dex, you and these aces. My gosh. Someone like I think okay. If does Sabalenka have another ace in her? Sabalenka, I think she'll get another ace. I think so. I'll say that. What do you say about Chinese people? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Veronica's, by the way, for the super chat. That means a lot. Oh yeah, I wouldn't say Gauff's Felina was match of the year, but it's going to be like top three. At least it's top three for me right now. That was crazy. That was insane. An insane match. Crazy match. My goodness. Another serve to the forehand. Ooh, that easy power, man. Wow. And that's interesting. They're showing a graphic that Sabalenka is the best server, like statistically right now. First serve points one, second serve points one in games one. Sabalenka is on it. What's the score? Why would you mention it at all? You're behind again by like 3 seconds. Yeah, he probably is betting about the aces. On the men's side, Feast and Paul. For me, it's going to be at least best of three set match of the year. But I think right now the top two spots are Zverev Djokovic and then center no Zverev Alcaraz, I mean, and then center Djokovic. Um, at the Australian Open. But for sure, best of. Oh, did the Charleston Open drop? Oh, that dropped an hour ago. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking at the Charleston Open media group chat. I'm looking at the draw right now. Good serve from Sabalenka. I'll talk about Charleston in the draw in a little bit. It's interesting looking. My goodness. It looks pretty interesting. Vicky is a prodigy, but she still can't 100%. Hold on. That was a good hold from Sabalenka. One game away. One game away. Man, this is a great match. A great match. Was hoping Coco would be the one playing Sabalenka, but I like both Gauff and Vicky. I'm disappointed that we didn't have that Gauff and Coco semifinal. That would have been so good, and it definitely would have been more competitive than the semifinal we got between Coco and Carolina. But Muhammad says Vicky can't 100% figure her way through the more crafty slice players. Right now, I think Muhova has her number for sure, even though both those matches were more competitive. That just came down to maybe a couple points here and there. But what is up with these fans? My goodness, the umpires had to say multiple times, like they had too much to drink. Good return from Sabalenka. Great pressure. Love 15. Iga should play Charleston 1 year just to collect all the clay titles. I don't think she'll ever, but that would be kind of iconic if she were to do that. That would. Yeah, the crowd has no home training at all. Good serve from Coco right in the body. That was a bad miss from Sabalenka. Coco's mechanics got to be fixed. It's so painful. Brother, what shots? I don't think it's too much of the mechanics. It's just her mind sometimes. Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Good serve, another good serve from Coco. 30-15. She's played a lot better in this third set. A lot better compared to the first set. This has been, again, I keep saying, a great match. I'm going to talk about Charleston after this changeover, assuming Coco holds serve. Forehand and serve. The forehand mechanics, it just depends on Coco's mood, honestly, with her mechanics on the forehand and serve. Ooh, 30 all. 30 all. I don't really watch, and I don't watch Nothing Major, the Nothing Major podcast. Honestly speaking, I don't watch any other tennis podcasts like that, including like Andy Roddick's, just because I am too tennised out with my own stuff. So I want to give myself a little bit of a break. But I do watch the Players Box podcast sometimes. I think they have some good episodes. Ah, that's good. That's a good shot. That was a great point. He served. I didn't even hear that. Am I deaf? Someone said Someone said that, Kareen. This guy just screamed, Aryna, you're better on Coco serve. That reminds me of when someone heckled Serena and said, come on, Justine, she's not that good. And then Serena came back and whooped Justine. Championship point. So it's championship point, Leo. Oh, he yelled it in Russian. Well, at least Coco didn't know what she was saying, or what he was saying. Corinne, you must be Russian or European, something, because you had the Mookie thing. There it is. Sabalenka has won the Sunshine Double. Aryna Sabalenka, 6-2, 4-6, 6-3. She has done it. That was a great match. Ukrainian. Oh, okay. Call me stupid, Gauff fans. That was a great match. That was a great match. Sabalenka is the fifth woman to complete the Sunshine Double after, well, Ego did it last in 2022. But did I have the graphic? So Steffi Graf did it twice in 1994 and 1996. Kim Kleister did it in 2005. Vika did it in 2016. And then Iga did it in 2022. So that's interesting, too, that Aryna did it 10 years after Vika did it, the Belarusian sister. So, yeah, that's well deserved from Sabalenka. I really have to say, because for her to do that, to beat the 3-set queen in the 305 Coco in 3 sets, that was really impressive. Really, really, really impressive. She's it was close between her and Rabakina at Indian Wells, between like who was the best player, but now she's head and shoulders above the rest of the field. Only one loss. Yeah, Serena definitely would have had. I think she would have had like four. But like the one thing that helps me sleep better at night is I feel like if she had played Indian Wells and didn't go on the boycott, then she probably, I don't know if she would have played Miami or won Miami as much as she did. So I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. So this is the first final on hard court that Coco has lost. Period. She'd won. She was 10-0 against her. Great match. Insanely proud of Coco, even though she has not won. It's been a very long time since she last played Saba, who is now a completely different beast. Will allow her to grow. It wasn't an insanely long time since they played. It was WTA finals, but yeah, it was good. Sabalenka won't win Roland Garros, especially since the French won't like her and will make it play. I don't think they dislike her. They don't dislike her, but I think she's definitely, regardless of the surface, Sabalenka is a favorite on everything right now. She's playing so good, so good. I probably do need mods in here. I don't know what weirdo you're referring to, but I definitely do need mods. I don't do this more. I need to do it more often. But yeah, the hardcore finals record is done. Should I go on Twitter, y'all? Should I do a screen share and look at the Twitter reactions? I'm wondering. Let me see. X. Let's look. Let's go on Twitter and see what the fans are saying on there. Um, but before I do that, I want to talk about Charleston a little bit. Elizabeth, I'm probably not going to live stream the final for the men's side just because I need to prepare for going to Charleston. So the top two seeds in Charleston are Jessica Pagula and Ekaterina Alexandrova. And Pagula, she could play Putintseva in her opening round match, which could be interesting. And then Alicia Parks, she will open against a qualifier or a lucky loser. But if she wins that, then let me go on Twitter actually, because let me pull the drop. Let me go on Twitter, look at the Twitter reactions. Let me share my screen on Twitter. Venus Golf giving a sentimental post. Elena Rybakina and Coco Gauff are the only players to take a set off of Sabalenka in 2026, and Rybakina remains the only one to beat her. Yeah, she's been incredible, incredible. A few Sabalenka fans have been celebrating. Let me see what Terry says. Oh, this is the draw. Yeah, a few Coco fans are saying that, she didn't. We didn't think we were gonna. They didn't think she was going to make it that far. So I'm sure the MAGAs are celebrating. Keith, Keith this morning. Hope she breaks some rackets again today. Sabalenka fans rejoicing. Let me see what did Terry say. Is Terry on here? Free from cement tennis. Ooh. Let's look at this. This is the tweet we're gonna look at now. Someone said Coco. This is a mutual of mine. Is gonna whip her a. Not worried. Bookmark this. They're gonna eat him alive. They're going to eat him alive. They're eating him up. They're eating him up. But anyways, um, yeah, he set her up badly. He should delete that tweet. Where is Terry at? Where's his reaction? He must have not been on. Maybe because he was anticipating Sabalenka maybe losing. But let me go to the Charleston draw a little bit. Yes, Coco is number 3 in the world right now. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad. I need to do this more often, not just because of the super chats, but it's so nice to actually connect with y'all live. It fills my heart because I'm literally alone all the time. So I need to talk to more people, even though it's not talking. But this is the Charleston draw. Um, yeah, so Pagula could play Putintseva in the second round, which could be interesting. Cochereto, she's there. So maybe it's a good thing Coco didn't play because she might have had to play Cochereto again. Quote me on this, but Center is winning against Lehechka 7-6-6-1. I'll remember you, Muhammad. I'll remember. Donis, what is wrong? What's going on in the chat? What's being said? Thank you so much, Trevor. I really appreciate it. But with Charleston, so you have Leylah Fernandez. She is there, and we could have an all lefty affair in the third round between Schneider and Fernandez. Jovic is there. She might be. I don't think she's a favorite. Pagula is going to be the favorite. But Pagula, I mean, Jovic and Parks could be really good. Bianca Andreescu, she's there. She plays Dama Gauff. They played in Austin too. The winner of that one could play Kenin. And I would love to see an Andreescu Kenin match because they have so many parallels with their careers and their games. Kenin, I believe, is on an 8-match losing streak too. And she's defending finals points from last year. So, yeah. Yes, I meant to reply to you, Bonfire Games. I'm sorry I didn't reply to your comment under one of my videos, but it was great seeing you in Austin as well. Coco wins when the slams hit. It wasn't a great match from Coco, but she's starting to get back in form again, which is good. Yeah, this is a win for Coco, honestly. This is just a win for Gauff that she made the finals. And the fact that she's defending a lot of points in the clay season, getting this far and padding this many points is great for her. Um, but Maria Sakkari is here. Ooh, she could play Paula Badosa in the second round. That could be really interesting. And this is interesting though that like Sakkari is here. If I talk to her for media day on Monday, that would be kind of funny. Like I'm wondering if she recognizes me because if y'all don't know, like there's a little bit of a testy exchange on Twitter between me and Maria Sakkari because I tweeted that I didn't know if I tweeted, what did I tweet? I said, I don't know if I think Sakkari will return to the top 10. Or it's going to be hard for me to imagine that. And she replied and was like, am I the first or the last to come back from an injury? Um, Mohammed, please, it's too much. It's too generous. Thank you though. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I tweeted that and yeah, she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy about that. And I made a whole video kind of explaining why I said that. And yeah, I know from I worked for Tennis Channel a little bit and they pointed it out to me that apparently I guess she found out about it or she I don't know. I don't know. Your tweet, oh, someone's pulling up the receipts. Maria Sakkari will fall outside the top 80 now with this loss to Shinwin in Charleston. Hard to imagine her returning to the top 10, to be honest. That was the tweet right there. So we'll see. She is playing better. She beat Iga and Doha, although she just lost to Parks 3-3 in Miami. But yeah, I did ask that question that made the Sabine Lisicki fans intro. You have my dream job. Thank you, thank you. I'll make sure to keep you all tuned in for whatever goes down in Charleston. But finishing looking at the draw in Charleston, Sakkari could play Badosa. Jennifer Brady is still looking for her first win in over 2.5 years. She could play Kalinskaya. Baseball Keys has a pretty tough draw because she could face Tomjanovic. Um, Keys needs to get it together a little bit. She hasn't had the best season so far. Sarah Balick, she won the Abu Dhabi title. She could play Bencic. I think Bencic and Keys, that's going to be our quarterfinals there. Then there's Elisa Mertens. Elisa Mertens is injured? I didn't know that. Yes, Aaron, I'm going to be reporting from Charleston. I got their credentials, so looking forward to it. And then Janice there, she's seeded, so that's great for her. She could play Kessler in the round one. I mean, Lynette is there too. That's a tough match. Then the Americans, Kruger and McNally are playing, and then Sloane and Haley Baptiste could play in the second round. That would be really tough. And then there's Alexandrova. So yeah, well, I can't. I'm trying to zoom out. Let's see. Oh, Terry entered the chat. I live. Oh, she withdrew from the doubles. Interesting. Taylor, she wasn't on the list in Charleston. I think maybe hopefully she gets a wild card, but I don't know. Um, Thank you, Aaron, for the congratulations. What do you think about Swiatek, and can she still compete in the slams? She's in a really interesting spot. Oh, let me not. His booty shaking in that. I'm gonna make a video on her soon, so I'm gonna save my thoughts for that. But I think she's still in the conversation for sure, especially with the clay coming up. I live in Virginia Beach. Who out of the women surprised you the most in Miami? I think it was Gibson for me, someone to watch. I think Gibson is the surprise at the Sunshine Double for sure. She played so well. Like even when she beat Naomi, I said that's not a bad loss for Osaka because Gibson played a great match. She played well. Haley Baptiste, she surprised me the most with in Miami at least as far as Miami is concerned. Look at these stats, man, incredible. But she played so good in Miami. I really hope to talk to her in Charleston and be like, what changed? Because that was the best tennis that she's played. She beat Svitolina. Svitolina was on an incredible run too. So yeah, hopefully Haley does go far in Charleston. That could be her. I think she's still looking for her first WTA title, if I'm not mistaken too. Let me like some of these tweets. Don't worry, Coco. We got the better wins against her. Yeah. I guess Coco. She did get the two slams, but yeah. Oops. Sorry. She is in the draw. Did I miss her? Taylor is in the draw for Charleston. I'm afraid to go through my bookmarks on Twitter because it was bookmarked the draw. But let me see. Let me try to find it again. Coco's about to give her runner-up speech. I don't see Taylor in the draw. Was she in qualifying? Yeah, Haley is now inside the top 40 at least. I think she's like top 35, top 36. Oleninkova is, oh yeah, and you're Ukrainian. So yeah, I know you're probably really proud of her, Karine. She's gonna cause a lot of havoc on the clay swing for sure. She's so crafty. Coco said congratulations for all the success on and off the court, and that Sabalenka has pushed her to be a better player. The WTA is more exciting than the ATP. Facts, facts. Coco can come away with this with her head high. No one saw her in the finals. Very true. Yes, this was a win. Oh, that's nice. She said she had a lot of joy this week, and she's taking away that much, taking away that the most. I'm sorry, I'm illiterate right now. This is beautiful. I feel like everybody wins, even though Coco lost and she would have wanted to win, but it just feels like such a win still. I would no, I'm not going to show it, but I feel it kind of compelled to show the runner-up speech, but I'm not going to, or even the sound of it. But it's just not. Coco better come through for me. I really want to post. Um, the WTA commentators are so bad. They never stop speaking, zero analysis, technical debate, or strategy breakdown, just speaking for the sake of it. I think there are some good ones, but I think there could be improvements. And I also think my issue with it is that sometimes it's a little bit too dull. She's taking the crowd right now. At this point, can anyone beat Center? I mean, Lehech, what was not Lehechka? I got the checks mixed up. Yeah, he is beatable, but he's just so tough to beat. Yannick is. Can you do a ranking of your favorite tennis commentators? That's a good video idea. I think yeah, Chanda is right up there on top for me. She's so great. But honestly, like thinking about it, I have to give both of them praise so much because Sabalenka, just imagine if she had beaten Rabakina. I mean, you never know with the dynamics of the Indian Wells final, but if she had won Australian Open, like think about like that's incredible. She's already won Brisbane, Indian Wells, Miami. Like she's like peak level right now, peak. This is funny. Whoever coached Sabalenka with her serves needs to get on Coco's team. This will make her unstoppable. Well, he's on her team. He's already on her team. Gavin McMillan is on her team. He helped her. He helped Sabalenka through her service issues. TT is ranked 33 in Charleston. 33 in Charleston. Or maybe she's the 30. I don't know. Um, I always wonder if they get paid by the word count like writers. Who was she talking about? Was she talking about the crowd? She said she was rude. Was she talking to her own fans with the Belarusian? Oh, now she called out the woman in the crowd. I'm weak. That is too funny. But yeah, I think Tennis Channel should push Chanda more. Prakash is also good. I agree. I think this feels like a win for Coco, even though she didn't win the actual match. Like she pushed Sabalenka well, one of the only few people to actually take a set off of her this season. Did she say atmosphere already? I think Naomi's agent in there, or not Naomi's agent, Naomi's former agent, and now Sabalenka's main agent. Repeat. So basically, Sabalenka said like that she was sorry about the woman who called. So okay. So basically, during one of the points, Sabalenka hit a backhand that was close to the line, and one woman shouted out, and she basically was like, "I'm sorry for like calling you out, but come on, you shouldn't do that." So yeah, that's shady, Kareen. I was gonna ask you how you feel about like Sabalenka overall, like being a Ukrainian, but I feel like that shady comment tells me everything I need to know. Yeah, Sabalenka called one of the fans in the crowd rude, pretty much. That is shady. I'm pretty sure they're divorced. I know they were married. Sabalenka's fiance and his, I guess now ex-wife. Coco said, "I'm not staying around for these pictures." I don't blame her. She said, "I'm going home." Well, she's already home as the Miami, but yeah. Coco shot to leave. She said bye. I don't blame her. I agree. This is the best rivalry on the tour, I feel. At least more entertaining rivalry. But yeah, that'll be the last discussion before I sign off. I mentioned this before, but is Sabalenka Gauff the best rivalry on the women's tour? Like most entertaining? What do y'all think? And if not, which is it? I think the Gauff Swiatek rivalry is it should be so much better than what it is. Really, hopefully we get a good actual like really entertaining match, aside from maybe the Cincinnati Open in 2023. But yeah, that was not some dominant win by Sabalenka. Coco is the only player Sabalenka did not beat in straight sets this tournament. Yeah, Coco had her opportunities and will keep getting better. Yeah, Queen and Robot. Queen, Queen and Queen. As far as Queen, how can I do polls? Uh, Rabakina and Sabalenka rivalry is high. That is true. That is like higher quality shot making. Was this their highest quality match by far? It probably was. That's a good question. I think so. I think Roland Garros final might be second place, maybe. But it was kind of sloppy from Sabalenka. Their matches are always kind of like a mess. No, no, no. I disagree. Australian Open 2024, I think maybe still stands as being one of their highest quality, but that might rival it. It's either between Miami final and Australian Open 2024 semifinal being their two best matches. Pagula, that is an underrated rivalry as well. Yeah. But I am about to sign off, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for the super chats, for all the love. It means so, so much to me. Um, thank you, Sandy, for the safe travels. And I definitely need to do this more often for sure. But stay tuned for my post match recap of this. It's coming probably in about a few hours. And yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed rest of your day, weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.